Hey, you caught me reading Ezekiel Mutua's response. I'll get to that in a moment. Off my last video on Kenya not grabbing the opportunity to be a filming destination, certain things I need to sort out. First and foremost, Chris, you don't have good friends. If any of them made you think for 2 minutes that when I spoke about certain people in a shady light, that you were among them, you need to change friends. Because my narrative remains. You're the only person I know of who's ever actually stood up somewhere, I don't know what the results were, somewhere, and said we deserve better. Okay? Yes. Mr. Okudo, thank you for responding. However, all you did was forward Ezekiel Mutua's response. I wish you had read it. Because it's a response he sent to Eugene Mbugua in December 2016 when Eugene did the story in the Daily Nation about us losing the crown. Now, why should you have looked at what he said before you just forwarded it? Because number one, he changed 1 or 2 sentences. His argument, and Ezekiel, come closer. Your argument is, it's about preference. Allow me to challenge that because it's as shallow as can be. When you say that directors and movie makers and script writers make a preference for South Africa, I put it to you that preference is about choice, sir. When I say I prefer to fly Qatar, is because I have flown Kenya Airways, KLM, Emirates, Qatar, Cathay, and I have chosen Qatar as my preferred airline. Therefore, choice is in play. Here's my question to you, sir. What have you done to ensure that Kenya is a preferred destination? So that the day somebody in Nigeria is questioning why Kenya is a preferred filming destination, Ezekiel Oko can say that thing you said. So I'm sorry, it just doesn't cut it. Telling me it's about preference doesn't work. Preference is a matter of choice, and choice is made out of options. Why are we not a considered option? But thank you for responding. By all means, Joe Okudo, I wish you'd actually read what Ezekiel said, because it didn't help the situation at all. But I need to tell you guys this. The beautiful thing about the conversation I started and the debate therein is that it brought out all the woodwork from your bodies. So Ezekiel, Joe, Chris, Brand Kenya, KTB, I don't know that you realize that there are people who work with you who actually literally told me, which is also true, guys. And I will actually itemize that in a moment. Remember, I'm no expert, but I'm always willing to listen. And I'm also willing to read long documents. Incidentally, Joe, I was shown a document on a movie where you did actually match the South African rebate on taxes and you also waived VAT. That's big. But like I said, all the answers sit within your bodies. KTB, Brand Kenya, Kenya Film Commission, the licensing body that is headed by Ezekiel Mutua, and a few others. The question I need to ask you again is this, and let me be nicer this time. Are you sure the only reason you don't know what needs to be done is because you're asking yourselves only one question? Where do I stand to gain? Because if the picture was larger than your ego or your need to be seen to be something, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Right, Ezekiel? Because the issues are bigger than wedding pictures. And Eugene called you out on that, and I'm going to call you out on that as well. And I'll tell you why. While you're busy wasting time on The Wolf of Wall Street, which I still think they owe you royalties, because I was never going to watch that thing until you banned it. Within an hour, I had it, and I still do. Bigger issues, revenue-making issues, are slipping through your fingers. It's like chicken tax. It's like being a governor who thinks his job is to tax every head of chicken, while there's development and construction going on in his county, and he could actually make real revenue from taxation and rights on bigger things, roads, buildings, licenses. We're not there yet. So, number one, Chris, you're an awesome guy, okay? You're not part of the shade. The shade I threw is to the rest, because there is a lack of bigger thinking that either is based on a lack of knowledge or just pure ineptness. You're just inept, plain and simple, based on only one thing: what's in it for me? And as a Kenyan, that's a disease we need to get rid of. You need to go and call all your friends back and come back to me. I am not done with this issue for a very long time, because if people remember Bitanga and Demo, that's a man who believed that film could employ very many young people. I'm beyond that. I'm beyond revenue. I'm at 2 billion shillings in revenue. That's what I'm into, okay? And what it means for real numbers. But subscribe and come back. I want to talk about Kenya, preference, and spring and summer. Oh yeah, come.